Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another installment of HTFL Football, the Hometown Football League, the best of all time, playing each other. I'm Big Paulie coming to you, and today we have Tampa Bay at 0-1, losing their first week game to Jacksonville, going to Carolina, to Charlotte, North Carolina to be exact, to play the Carolina Panthers, who won their opening game against Atlanta. So we will move along and head to the action. Beautiful day for football at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. 79 degrees and clear, no wind. Carolina a 10-point favorite to beat Tampa Bay, and the way both teams played, that's understandable. Jameis Winston playing for the Buccaneers at quarterback. Cam Newton will be playing for the Carolina Panthers, so it's Florida State against Alabama. John McKay against John Fox, Battle of the Johns. Now, normally, Tampa Bay and Carolina would be two teams in the NFC South, but because the HTFL combines the AFC South with the NFC South and divides divides it in two divisions based on geography, Carolina plays in what we call the Upper South with Atlanta, Indianapolis, Tennessee. And Tampa Bay plays in the Lower South with Jacksonville, Houston, and New Orleans. So getting back to the game, Isaac Hagan's back to receive the kickoff. Tampa Bay won the toss and elected to play. Tom Brookshire, 1975, copyright. And they will receive.
Illegal block. Receiving team.
A nice return by the Bucs, nullified by a holding penalty on Gerald McCoy. They will have a 1st and 10, but they're going to be starting from their own 8. Setting up the offense for Tampa Bay. Dunn and Allstott, those two great backs from the 1990s teams, they will be your running backs. Evans and Carrier at wideouts. Giles at the tight end spot. Then you got Jameis Winston, Gruber, Middleton, Mayberry, Sean Farrell, and Penn are going to be your offensive linemen. A 1st and 10 for the Bucs at their own 8. Gain of 8 for Dunn. Beeson knocked them down at the 16. Setting the defense for Carolina for you, Peppers and Rucker are your defensive ends. Jenkins and Short, defensive tackles. Davis, Cushley, and Beeson, your 3 linebackers. Norman and Gamble are your corners. Minter and Harris are your safeties. Back to the game, 2nd down and 2. I pitched Dunn, but he doesn't pick up anything as Peppers was there to knock him down. 3rd and 2 from the 16. They pass it to Giles, and he's got it. Good for 10 yards. Minter on the stop. 1st and 10 for the Bucs at the 26. A fumble recovered by the Bucs. We'll see who got it. Cushley stripped the ball out, but Dunn was there to recover his own fumble after making the catch and a gain of 8 yards. 2nd and 2 from the 34. Allstott up the gut. Well, actually went a little left off the gut. Gain of a yard. Harris was the player injured for Carolina. We've already set the defense for you there. Trying to note real quickly who has entered the game. I'm not sure who has. Maybe Grant. That's Grant playing at safety spot. That's Deion Grant out of Tennessee. Played in the aughts Carolina teams. But back to the game, a 3rd and 1 at the 35. Short yardage play here. Dunn tries to get the first, but he can't. Cushley on there for the tackle. So this Carolina defense that was so good in the first game against Atlanta holds on a 3rd and 1 play. They will get the ball back, barring a turnover off of this punt by Bidwell, which is going to land inside the 15. And I think Carolina just wants the ball at this point. They will take it at the 13 and set up from there. Setting up the offense for Carolina, Williams and Goings, your running backs. Smith and Muhammad at wideout. Olsen, the tight end. Cam Newton quarterbacking. Gross, Norwell, Khalil, Turner, Bruckermeyer, the offensive line for Carolina. Will set up the defense for Tampa Bay. After this play, it's going to be a trap right to D'Angelo Williams. As has been the case, I am the home team. I coach the home team, so I will be coaching every team 8 times during the course of the season. Although I missed up the Miami Dallas game first week of the year, so I'll only be coaching them 7 times. Try to keep it fair. Computer will make half of the decisions, and I will make half the decisions for each team. Okay, setting up this defense for Tampa Bay. Selman and Claiborne at defensive end. McCoy and Logan, Dave Logan, your tight end, your defensive tackles. Brooks, Nickerson, Levante David, your linebackers. Barber and Talib are your corners. Lynch and Barron at safety. 2nd and 5. We're going to throw it to Steve Smith on a hitch. Not there. Incomplete. Or Smith being guarded by Barber. Smith's a 9. Barber is a 10. Yeah, he's a 10, so maybe that's not the best advantage. Maybe we should be looking at Talib against Muhammad. We're going to go 3 wideouts, and that's where we're going to go. We're going to go slant to Muhammad. Instead, Newton scrambled and threw to Benjamin, gained 7, a first down. I think where Carolina wins this game, this is going to be another tough fight for them. They only beat Atlanta 10-3. Both teams gets a lot of good defenses amongst these teams in the South divisions, the upper and lower South. Off tackle right to Williams, a pickup of 4, and I think Carolina's pretty much got to keep it on the ground to have any chance, not throw it that many times. But Tampa Bay's got a solid defense all around. You just got to know but they do have weaker players, and you just got to know where to hit those spots. Like, for instance, we're going to go back to Williams, and we're going to keep trying the right side because that's not where Leroy Selman is. And D'Angelo Williams picks up 11 yards, so that was not too bad. Just keep exploiting the right side and run away from Leroy Selman. Back to Williams, trap right. No gain.
Illegal motion. Offense. Number 89, 5-yard penalty.
So Smith gets called for illegal motion. Steve Smith, the speedy wideout, who often was called upon by Carolina to bring back some kicks. He's a return man too, and he only caught 1 pass against Atlanta for 16 yards. We're going to go to Goings, screen pass. And Goings nearly picks up all the yards back, 14 of them. Derek Brooks on the tackle. We'll go to Goings again on just a straight ahead dive play. Nothing there. Levante David came up and made the tackle. So it's now 3rd and 2. We'll go double tight end. And we're going to give Cam Newton a little work running the ball, sweep left. Nothing there. Nickerson made the tackle. Hardy Nickerson. And he was trapped for no gain. So it's 4th and 2, and Carolina will punt. We'll punt deep with Brad Norman. Norman, is that you? Yes, it was. Humphreys waves his hand, make a fair catch at the 6. So Tampa Bay gets the ball back, 5:23 left in the opening quarter. First down play. A sack, and Winston very lucky to get out of his own end zone and avoid a safety. Beeson on the tackle. Now they're really in no man's land here. 2nd and 15 from their own 1. Winston checked down to Dunn, but it was incomplete. Got to be careful in your own end zone. Kevin House is going to come in as the third wideout, and he will wear number 89. He's up on the top of your screen. He's out of Southern Illinois. 3rd and 15 from the 1. Bucs got to get some yardage here. They have punting range. And Winston incomplete. He was going for Dunn in the end zone. and the Bucs will be up against it here. They got to be very careful punting out of their own end zone. Carolina will set up a return and take it within. No, no, no. He caught it at the 50. So fair catch at the 50. So Carolina will start from there. I think Carolina will really want to keep trying the right side. Run away from Selman, number 63, who is over here on the left side. And just keep going out D'Angelo Williams as they can. Gain of a yard. Brooks on the tackle for Tampa Bay. 4:18 left in the opening quarter. We're going to stay in a running scheme and go to D'Angelo Williams again. Pitch to the right. But he's tackled for no gain. Claiborne on the stop. A 3rd and 9 now. So they'll bring 3 wideouts in. They'll go to Benjamin. Benjamin was a 3rd wide receiver. I accidentally misidentified him earlier in the game as a tight end. My apologies. He is a wideout, and we're going to go to him on a medium out. Need 9 yards. Newton scrambles, but Leroy Selman there to knock him down for a gain of a yard. Not on a sack, but it definitely was a nice stop for the Bucs. Carolina with a 4th and 8 at the 48. I'm sure they will punt here. They will. Brad Norman. And he soft shoes it down to the 9. Humphreys calls for the fair catch. So again, the Bucs start inside their own 10. 2:11 left opening quarter. 1st and 10 from there. Allstott up the middle, 2-yard gain, and that's probably what they should have been doing in their previous possession, trying to establish a running game, but they want to run the ball away from Peppers and not entice Cooчлey too much, the 2 defensive stars on Carolina. A 2nd and 8. They give it to Dunn. Dunn's much closer to a 1st down on that play, 7 yards. Cooчлey knocked him down. 3rd and 1 from the 18. Incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 30, 10-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
If they get Minner for PI, pass interference, we'll take a look at Minner real fast out of Nebraska. Played for the Panthers around the turn of the century, the 21st century, of course. 1st and 10, ball to 28. Might be the final play of the 1st quarter. Dunn on the right side, he picks up 6, and that will be the last play of the 1st quarter. Your score, no score. Back with the 2nd quarter now. 2nd down and 4 for the Bucs at their own 34. Quiet game so far with both teams about even on total yards. The Bucs with 37 and Carolina with 42. Allstott up the gut, 4 yards, but he's just short of the 1st. They'll go 3rd and inches, and they have a double tight end set, double wide receiver set. Dunn the only man in the backfield. We'll see what they do here. 3rd and inches. They give it to Dunn, and Dunn's got the first 2 yards. Beeson on the tackle for Carolina. 1st and 10. Ball at the 40-yard line. They could try the quick slant to Evans. It falls incomplete. Take a look at Mike Evans real fast. Out of Texas A&M and has played with the Bucs in recent seasons. Of course, they'll have a better quarterback to receive to catch from, and that's Tom Brady, who the Bucs picked up in the offseason here in 2020. A 2nd and 10 for the Bucs at the 40. Dunn was the only setback, and they throw it to Dunn, and he picks up 8 yards. Davis on the tackle. 3rd and 2, ball at the 48. Winston scrambles, and he's got himself 9 yards and a 1st down. So he's showing Cam Newton, hey, I can run the ball too. 1st and 10 for the Bucs at the Panther 43, wearing their creamsicle jerseys. And it's a 15-yard pickup from Giles, catching a pass from Winston. Winston having a good game so far. 4 for 7, 41 yards. And it's now a 1st and 10 for the Bucs at the Panther 28.
Personal foul. Defense. Number 46, automatic, first down.
Carolina keeps shooting themselves in the foot. Personal foul, half the distance to the goal, and that will move it to the 14 of Carolina. The Bucs, two in the backfield, all Stott and Dunn in a split backfield. See what happens here. They throw, and it goes to the 3-yard line. Evans was hurt on the play. They threw to Allstott for an 11-yard pickup. So out goes Mike Evans, in comes Kevin House. And it's a 1st and goal from the 3. Dunn gets a little closer, a gain of 2. Peppers on the stop at the 1-yard line. So the Bucs marching very close now to that goal line of Carolina. Will they score here? Allstott, bingo, touchdown.
The previous play is under review.
But we have a review. Hang on a moment.
Upon further review, the runner was stopped short of the end zone.
Not a touchdown. Allstott ruled short of the goal line by replay. In HTFL football rules, each team gets one challenge, but all scores and all turnovers are looked at in the booth. So it's a 3rd and goal. They're inches away from the goal line. Can they score here? They can. Done. Touchdown. And the Bucs are on the board. Here's the point after. Husted. And it's good. So you score now. Bucs 7, Panthers nothing. Goodson back for Carolina to receive the kick. And he only gets out to the 19. So Carolina has some work to do here. They're going to sweep right with D'Angelo Williams. Only get back to the line. Claiborne got him. I think Carolina might want to throw here, and that might be the trap. We'll go 3 wide. We'll go medium out to Kelvin Benjamin. Incomplete.
Encroachment defense. Number 93, 5-yard penalty.
But they get McCoy on encroachment. So it'll be 2nd and 5. We will go short hitch to see Steve Smith. Intercepted by Mark Barron, and he returns it to the 8. So the Bucs in business, a 1st and goal from there. They can quickly go up some more points. 2-yard loss for Allstott. Rucker made good penetration and made the tackle. 2nd and goal from the 10. They go to Dunn, and Dunn close to the goal line. He stopped at the 1-minute on the stop for the Panthers. 3rd and goal. Dunn? No. Jenkins got him at the 1-yard line. Looking like the Bucs are going to try to go for it here, and they're not going to settle for 3 points because they know a 14-0 lead would be much bigger. Critical play here. 4th and goal. Dunn. He's in. Touchdown work done out of Florida State. His 2nd touchdown in only a handful of moments. Husted will come on to kick the point after. It's good, and it's 14-0. 7:02 left to halftime. You got Goodson back again for the Panthers. There's the kick. Caught at about the 10. He moves out to the 28. 26 make that for a 17-yard return. Panthers might have to start throwing the ball here on 1st down. We're going to go short out to Olsen. And he's got it. Good for a 1st down and 14 yards. Okay, we're going to go medium play action pass to Muhammad. Instead, he dumps it off to D'Angelo. A gain of 4 before Levante David got to him. 2nd and 6, ball to 44. We'll go Williams, and we'll go screen. That's good for a 1st, but there's a penalty.
Holding offense. Number 67, 10-yard penalty.
They get Khalil, and that's going to bring that 1st down back, and that's going to set up a 2nd and 16. Bootleg Cam Newton. And he gains 8 yards. That's something Cam Newton did quite well in his career at Auburn, and has done so with some success with the Panthers. A 3rd and 8. We're going to go Mohammed, and we're going to go medium fly. It's good. 13 yards. They're inside the 50, a first down. They'll go to a base formation, double tight end. But we're going long on this play here now that we've crossed the 50, and we're going to go to Muhammad for a long pass. And it's good. 23 yards. Talib brought him down. And it's a 1st and 10 now at the Buccaneer 21. They trail 14-0. They being Carolina. We're going to go medium hitch to Steve Smith. He's got it, and he's got a score. Steve Smith. And Carolina now a point away from cutting that lead in half. It is no good. The kick by Sly was no good. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. So the Panthers now trail 14-6, not getting the extra point. Hagan's back for the Bucs, and it's going to be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 20. 2:53 left till halftime. Here's Winston, 1st and 10. Screen to Allstott, and Allstott had plenty of room, 15 yards. Carolina not calling timeout with 2:35 to go. 14-6 your score now. Let's see here. 2 timeouts left for the Bucs. They used one. Winston in regular formation with a split backfield. See what happens here. And that's a long pass to Jimmy Giles, who picks it up for 31 yards. So the Bucs keep moving. They have it at the 34. And will they get another playoff before the 2-minute warning? They do not. So we go to the 2-minute warning. Bucs quickly threatening here. Like a summer rainstorm. They lead 14-6. Here's the next play. First and 10. They go to Giles, and he picks up nothing. Benson on the tackle. No, Beeson. I had it right the first time. It's now 2nd and 10. Clock running with 1:49 to go. They go to Evans, and he's got it. 19 yards. Carolina still deigning to call a timeout. Trying to force the Bucs to use theirs. 1:21 to go. Ball at the 15, a 1st and 10. They shovel it to Allstott, and they got a first down there. 52 seconds left to go till halftime. And the Bucs use a timeout. Ball to 5 now. 1st and goal. Dunn looking for 3 touchdowns on the day, but he won't find it on that one. Beeson knocked them down. 2nd and goal from the 5. Touchdown! Winston to Giles. Jimmy Giles. Played on that great 79 team and some teams afterwards. Those teams that made the playoffs under John McKay, 79, 81, 82. And it's 20-6. The extra point will make it 21-6, and it's good. Husted puts it through. Your score now 21-6 with 38 seconds left to the half. Goodson back. Returnable, but only out to the 19. Now, Carolina's got all 3 timeouts left, but they are now down 21-6. They didn't give up a single touchdown to Atlanta last week, but they have already given up 3 in this half. I'm going to speculate a little bit, and we're going to go to Muhammad, medium fly. Incomplete pass. Lynch deflected it. Try it again. We're going to go medium slant to Steve Smith. Incomplete. I think Winston Newton's just going to take a knee here and just let that be the half, because they're going to get the ball to start the second half. Bucs can't stop the clock, and that's going to be it for the first half. Your score: Bucs 21, Carolina 6. Sorry, folks, we had a few technical difficulties. We are a couple plays deep into the second half of play, and I thought I was giving you good commentary, but I forgot to turn my mute back off. Well, I guess it happens. Ball at the 40-yard line. They fumbled the ball on the kickoff, but it was recovered by Carolina. We'll just go through these last two plays real fast. Williams picked up 2 yards to set up a second and 8, and then Cam Newton just scrambled for a 17-yard gain. So it's 1st and 10, ball at the 40, and we are going to go goings on a screen. And that's another first down. 15-yard gain. Selman tipped it, but could not hang on. And it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 25. Carolina looking to quickly score here. Smith on a medium fly. Pick up of 5 yards as Newton dumped it off to Williams, not able to find the receiver downfield. 2nd and 5. And we're going to go goings. Don't make that Williams. We're going to keep trying that right side. We're going to pitch it right. Close to the first down. Ball to 16 after David tackled him. Knocked him out of bounds, I should say. It'll be a 3rd and 1. We'll go triple tight end. Olsen, Walls, and Barnage into the game. And we're going to go off tackle right with D'Angelo. First down, pickup of 2. So back to passing the ball, medium play, medium pass to Muhammad. See if this will open up. Pass to Olsen instead. Johnny Lynch on the tackle for the Bucs after a 6-yard gain. A 2nd and 4 from the 8. Probably the best running threat right now would be Newton. Let's try a sweep left with him. He's got it. Touchdown. Cam Newton. Okay, and Carolina needs this extra point. Here's Sly, and he gets it. 21-13 your score now with 9:22 left in the 3rd quarter. Hagan's back deep for Tampa Bay. Great field position to start off for Tampa Bay. They get a return of 39 from Hagens. So Winston setting up from there, 1st and 10. They give to Allstott with 3 yards. Kuechly on the tackle. 2nd down and 7. Yardage about even, 180 for the Bucs, 184 for Carolina. Nobody statistically standing out for either team at this point. Here's your 2nd down play. That's caught by Evans, and Evans with a little bit of room, 14 yards. And Jimmy Giles was hurt on that last play, so he will be out a few plays, and Cameron Brate will come into the game for Tampa Bay. A 1st and 10 at the Panther 44. An incomplete pass. Giles back into the game. Harris dropped that last pass. No, the pass was intended to break, but Harris on defense dropped it. Okay, 2nd and 10. Allstott on the left side. Peppers knocks him down for a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 6. Winston tries to scramble, only picks up a yard, so the Bucs will have to punt from the 39. I'm going to watch for a fake here, but false start.
5-yard penalty.
You kind of wonder if that was one of those accidentally on purpose penalties. 4th and 10, ball at the 44. I'm still watching for a fake. Coffin corner punt. And it rolls out of bounds at 6. Nice punt by Josh Bidwell. So the Bucs set up shop, 1st and 10. Newton doing well throwing the ball, although he hasn't had to throw the ball too much in this first part of the game. 10 for 14, 123 yards, 1 pick, 1 interception. Amazingly, Winston has not thrown any picks. He's 10 out of 14, 136 yards and a touchdown. About even in terms of penalties. Although Carolina has had double the penalty yardage, 39 yards penalties for 4 penalties called, 3 for 18 for the Bucs, and the Carolina has the only turnover of the game. We're going to stay aggressive even though we're deep in our own territory. A hitch to Smith Not there, incomplete. So let's run the ball, knock the distance down a little bit. Sweep right to D'Angelo. Not, won't say not there. I will just say 6 yard gain, no gain. And we're going to try to throw a safe pass here. Don't go to Benjamin because the interception rate is high. We'll go to Muhammad on a medium pass. And that's good for a first. Muhammad having some success working on Aqib Talib. He's got 3 catches for 53 yards. Time for some razzle dazzle, I think, for Carolina. We're going to go end around. We're going to try to find some sort of reverse play. And we're going to go Statue of Liberty here with Smith. See if he can give him a little bit of a smark, but nothing doing as Levante David was there. It'll be now a 2nd and 10, ball 22. We'll go Smith and we'll go slant. Instead, Newton dumps it off to Williams, 9-yard gain. Sets up 3rd and a yard. And we'll go Newton, and we're just going to dive him over. First down and more. Oh, he's got plenty of real estate, and he might score, and he does. Cam Newton. And they will go for 2 and try to get the tie here. And they'll go to D'Angelo Williams on the right side. No sale. 2-point conversion, no good. So the Bucs lead now 21-19. With 3:16 left to go. As Cam Newton busts one and rushing the ball, he's over 100 yards on the day. Hagan's back for the kickoff, but it's going to be a touchback, ball to 20. 1st and 10, ball to 19. Rucker makes the tackle on Dunn after a dive play of 2 yards. Bucs go to a 3 wide receiver set. Carolina countering with 5 in the defensive backfield. How about a 2nd and 8 from the 22? Oh, and Winston gets sacked. Definitely sense tide turning in this game now. Davis on the sack. We'll take a look at him real fast out of Georgia. And it's now a 3rd and 16 from the 14. Winston throws incomplete, looking for Kevin House. So the Bucs have to punt the ball away. Here's Bidwell. A fair catch called by Oliver. And the Bucs have it at their own 41 with... I'm sorry, not the Bucs. The Carolina Panthers have the ball at their own 41. Now the Panthers could play it safe a little more. We'll go D'Angelo Williams off tackle right, and we're just going to try to keep running the ball to the right side. And that's a nice play for Williams, and he might score, and he does. On back-to-back runs, Carolina has gone to the house twice. And it's now 25-21 Carolina. They will go for 2 here as well. Double tight end formation, and we're going to short pass it to Wesley Walls. And it's no good. So Carolina missing 3 extra points on the day, but they now have the lead. They started the second half trailing 21-6, and they now lead 25-21. Hagan's back deep once again for Tampa Bay, and it's another touchback. So now advantage Carolina, and a disadvantage here for Jameis Winston, and he's got to be feeling the pressure. 1st and 10, ball to 20. Penalty down.
Holding, offense, number 74, 10-yard penalty.
This crowd here in Charlotte sensing momentum turning to the Panthers. A holding call against Paul Gruber. A 1st and 20 play for the Bucs at their own 10. Evans with a big play. Mike
Personal
Evans.
foul. Offense.
But that's going
Number
to come
13,
back.
5-yard
Oh,
penalty.
Evans must have gotten a scuffle with who was guarding him. And that is going to wipe a big play off the board. Got into a fight with Josh Norman, I would think. So it's going to be 1st and 25 at the 5 for the Bucs. And after all of that, Allstott just goes up the middle and gains 3. Short pulls him down. Now a second and a cab ride to Gastonia for the Bucs at their own 8.
Ineligible man downfield. Offense. Number 62.
Penalties mounting up for the Bucs. Farrell got called for being an ineligible man downfield. So now it's a cab ride to Waxhaw for the Bucs. 2nd and 26 at their own 4. Incomplete. And that will end the third quarter. A dramatic change of events in this third quarter as Carolina puts up 19 unanswered, and they lead now 25-21. We'll start the fourth quarter, and the Bucs are in jail here with no chance of parole. Well, maybe a little bit of a chance. 3rd and 26, ball to 4. Can Winston bail him out? Not on that play. He gains 4 yards on the run before Harris got to him. And that's going to put the ball at the 8. So they'll have enough range to punt the ball without having to be backed up. Here's Bidwell's punt. The 8. Actually, he's in his own end zone, but Oliver picks it up at the 43, returns it a yard. The way the Carolina's been running the ball, I guess you just want to stick with it. Off tackle right to D'Angelo. And that's another 7 yards. Williams on the day, 11 carries, 88 yards. I'm sorry, make that 95 yards. We've just been handed a note here that he has his season high of 95. That was his 12th carry then for 95. I was reading what the stats were before the play. Sorry about that. And we're going to go to Goings just to give Williams a blow. He lost a yard. Derek Brooks got to him. So it'll be 3rd and 4 for Carolina. We'll go Newton on a draw. Not there. 2-yard gain
Holding.
only.
Offense. Number 81, 10-yard penalty.
Would have been nullified by holding anyway. A 4th and 2 at the Buck 48. I think they will. Carolina not going to take any chances. They will punt. Here's Norman. Caught at the 11 by Humphreys, and the Bucs will start from there. 12:33 left in the fourth quarter. It's 25-21 Carolina. Allstott tries the right side for 4 yards. Rucker there to make the stop. 2nd and 6 from the 15. And it's done. They keep trying that middle. Gain of 4. Harris this time for Carolina making the tackle. 3rd down and 2. And let's see what happened here. It was a dump off to Allstott. Gains 2, and that was enough for a first down. John Beeson just made his 10th tackle for the Panthers. 1st and 10, ball to 21.
False start. Offense. Number 74, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Gruber on the Gruber making the penalty for Tampa Bay, and that moves them back 5. 1st and 15. Give to Dunn. Dunn trying the left side on a pitch, and it's 6 yards he gains. Kuechly makes the tackle. 2nd and 9, ball to 22. Carrier. I'm sorry, that was indeed Mark Carrier. And he gains 15 yards. Carrier played on the Bucs in the late 80s. We'll take a profile look at him out of Nicholls State. He mainly caught passes for Vinny Testaverde when he was a Buccaneer, when Testaverde was drafted from the University of Miami. A 1st and 10, ball to 37 now. Bucs need a touchdown to pull ahead. Dunn runs left, and Gamble on the stop, 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 at the 43. And that's going to be Allstott, trapped to the right, 5-yard gain. 1st and 10 at the 48 now of Tampa. Tampa's side of the 50-yard line with 8:16 left to go in the game. Unless we go overtime, which could happen. Allstott up the gut, 2 yards. 2nd and 8 at midfield. Incomplete pass. Farrell was hurt on the last play. And the line now for the Bucs: Gruber, Middleton, Mayberry, Joseph, and Penn. 3rd and 8 for the Bucs at the 50. You need a good play here. Winston scrambles. He will be short of the first by 2 yards. Gained 6. He needed 8. Jenkins made the tackle. So it's 4th and 2 at the 44. I'm again looking for a fake punt here. And again, they go to the sideline, and it's going to be marked out at the 5. So Carolina starts from there. Double tight end formation. We're going to put everything into the run. Trap right, D'Angelo Williams, but a marker down.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense. Number 93, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
Gerald McCoy, who picked up the first penalty of this game, has now picked up the most recent. We've had 12 penalties in this game. 47 penalty yards for the Bucs, 39 for Carolina. They have kept their laundry off the field for the most part in this second half. And it'll now be a 1st and 5. Williams, dive play. And another big gain for D'Angelo Williams, and he might go all the way, and he does. How do you like that? 90 yards. And that puts D'Angelo at 185 on the day. Another big run for D'Angelo. They will try the kicked extra point this time to make it an 11-point game. Here's the extra point up and true. Sly puts it through, and it's 32-21 Carolina, who have now scored 26 unanswered points. Tampa Bay now has work to do. Hagan's back deep, and it's another touchback. Bucs making some moves. Wilder's going to come in at running back, number 32, and Antonio Bryant's going to enter the game as another receiver. He will be one of the 89s. You see him down here at the lower part of the field. A 1st and 10 for the Bucs at their own 20. They'll have to hurry. Incomplete pass. They were looking for Carrier. Nearly picked off by Luke. A 2nd and 10. And Winston looked like he just threw that one away. 3rd and 10. Incomplete pass again. Public address announcer here at Bank of America has got to be queuing up Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond right about now. 5:26 left. Bucs will punt. And it's Oliver. Catches it at the 30. Fair catch after a 50-yard punt. We're going to go full house and bring Stewart into the game at running back, and we're going to go right to him, trap right. Gain of a yard. Levante David made his 10th tackle of the game. Go back to a base formation. Sweep right. D'Angelo Williams. And let's just chew up that clock, boys. Gain of 5. Levante David on the stop for the Bucs. 3rd and 4. Carolina not going to make any mistakes here. They're just going to keep it on the ground and give it to Williams, even though picking up 4 yards would be unlikely. And Levante David tackled him at the 38. And I think Carolina is going to let the clock run all the way down to a 2nd on the 40-second play clock before calling, and they call a timeout with 3:05 left. Norman back deep to punt. And a fair caught at the 8 by Humphreys. So Tampa Bay with a lot of work to do. They need at least 11 points here to keep the game going. They need a touchdown, they need a 2-point conversion and a field goal, or they would need 2 scores otherwise, 2 touchdowns. They start from their own 8. Gain of 2. That was Winston the carrier. Lucas knocks him out of bounds. 2nd and 8 at the 10. And they go to Wilder, and he picks up a first down after gaining 8. James Wilder, at one point in his career, had the NFL record for most net yards, total offense yards, rushing and receiving. I think that has been broken a few times since, and he set that in 1984. 1st and 10, ball at the 18. Winston will run, and he picks up 14 yards. Carolina's not going to help him by calling timeouts. No huddle for Tampa Bay, I would think here. A 1st and 10 at the 32. They throw, incomplete pass. Antonio Bryant, the nearest receiver, but it looked like Winston was just going to try to throw that away. 2nd and 10, 2:08 left. They go to Wilder, and he gets out of bounds after a 5-yard pickup. Ball at the 37, a 3rd and 5. And that's a first down to Evans. We're at the 2-minute warning now with 1:53 on the clock. It's still 32-21 Carolina. Tampa Bay has a long way to go and a short time to get there. 1st and 10 at the 42. A fumble. Carolina's got it. Lucas threw it to Carrier. It was completed. He fumbled. Lucas picked it up. Carolina's got it, and I think you could turn out the lights because this party is over. Trap right to Williams. 1-yard gain. The Bucs use a timeout, so Carolina's still got to play it straight here and not fall on the ball. Goings, dive play. He picks up nothing. And now the Bucs are not calling timeout. It looks like they have called off the dogs here. Newton will just take a knee. And now the Bucs go back to calling a timeout on 4th and 10 with 1:01 to go. Sideline punt, Brad Norman. 27-yard punt, not a good punt at all for Nortman. I've been calling him Norman all day, haven't I? Humphreys makes the fair catch. A 1st and 10, ball to 22. Tampa really up against it now with 1 timeout and 55 seconds left. Long pass, incomplete.
Holding. Offense. Number 72. 10-yard penalty.
Penn puts his team back 10 more. 1st and 20 from the 12. Screen to Wilder, but he can't get out of bounds. And Tampa will use their last timeout with 40 seconds left. A 2nd and 16 from their own 16. Winston, incomplete. I'm going to call defense here for Carolina. Send everybody back. Prevent. Quarter formation. Incomplete. Now this game should be over. I'm sorry, that was 3rd and 16. We're going to go prevent again. Wilson bobs a long pass, but it's intercepted by Chris Campbell. Now this should be over. We'll take a knee, and that'll be it. Final score, Carolina 32, Tampa Bay 21. There you see the stats. Carolina, 442 yards in net offense. Those big rushing plays they had to come back in this game. We'll look at those. Newton ran it for 69, Williams for 59, and then again for 90, and that was the difference. It was 21-6 at the half, and they got 26 unanswered to win 32-21. The Bucs now 0-2. And Carolina will move 2-0 in the upper South, and they'll see if Tennessee can win their game. Who does Tennessee play this week? They play New York. That'll be a tall order for them. New York will be coming into town, and that's much farther down the road. Our next game will be tomorrow, as I record this, God willing, June 2nd. Arizona will travel to play the Miami Dolphins. Then we got Detroit against Washington. San Diego travels east to play Cleveland. So I hope you enjoyed today's game. Again, your final, Carolina storming back, winning against Tampa Bay 32-21. This has been Big Polly. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you are all well wherever you are and whenever you see this, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye bye for now, everybody.